Just start whenever. Start.
So, what primary and secondary school have you attended?
What primary and secondary school? I went to College Street School in Smithville, Ontario for kindergarten through to grade 7, and then we moved and I went to Grand Avenue School for grade 8, and then Grimsby Secondary School for grade 9 to 13.
So, what subject did you choose in high school?
In high school, at the beginning of high school, I really didn't have any choices. I just had to do what they told me. But by the end, I focused more on humanities. So that would be languages, history, geography, economics, those types of courses, French.
So, which universities did you consider?
The ones that I officially applied to were Trent University, Guelph University, and Lakehead University.
Which university or postgraduate school have you attended?
I went to Lakehead University for my Bachelor's of Arts degree and my Bachelor of Education degree. And I took one course at Vancouver Island University, but I don't have a degree from there. I just took the course for fun.
Which university or higher level courses have you taken?
Higher level courses. So like master's level and things?
Yeah.
I actually haven't. My dream is to do master's level. I have 2 bachelor degrees, but no master's degree yet.
And when did you get your first job and what was it?
The first job that I got money for, which to me is the definition of a real job, I was 5. And that was because I grew up on a farm, and my parents decided if I picked a basket of fruit or vegetables, I should get paid the same amount as other workers who picked a basket of fruit. So I would pick less. You know, I might pick 2 baskets in the whole day, whereas real workers might pick 100 baskets. But I got paid for that work and had a bank account and would put my money in my bank account.
And what other jobs have you applied for or considered?
When I was in high school and university, well, in high school I seriously considered journalism. I'm a good writer, and I love politics and current events, so I thought, I could, change the world through journalism. The reason why I didn't take it, and this is pretty lame, is in Canada, to be a journalist, you have to be bilingual, which meant I would have to really focus on my French, and I just didn't feel like doing that. So that's why I changed my mind. In university, I seriously considered law. I was already doing education, but a lot of my teachers and my professors were encouraging me to go into law, but ultimately I chose not to.
So did your career path so far turn out to be similar to the ones you planned in high school?
Pretty much. I had decided I wanted to be a teacher in grade 10, actually. I had a grade 10 history teacher who was amazing. He was amazing. And he kind of inspired me to be an amazing history teacher as well. I guess generally speaking, it's the way I thought. I never thought I would be teaching in Hong Kong, but I am. I've never taught in the public school system, which I always thought I would do. It's all been private, even in Canada. So those are differences. I figured once I had children, I would not teach, and I didn't for a while, but then we needed money, so I went back into teaching. So those are slight differences, but basically it's the same.
How have the courses you have taken narrowed your career path?
I had to make a pretty big decision in high school, and I knew it would narrow my choices significantly, and that was I quit taking math. And the reason why I quit taking math is because I was failing it. Every year they just bumped me up to pass me because they felt sorry for me. And by grade 11 I had a math tutor, I was getting extra help from my math teacher, plus I was doing all my homework and doing everything I was supposed to do. And I got 46%, and my math teacher sat me down and said, "Tricia, are you planning on going further in math?" And I said, "I don't know." And he said, if you plan on going further, I have to fail you because you are not ready for grade 12 math. If you're planning on never doing math again, I'll give you the credit, but you're not ready for grade 12 math. So I looked at it and I knew I wanted to be in history, and I really looked carefully at universities and what they needed and all of that, and I decided, along with my parents and guidance counselors, to drop math and really focus on my humanities. So it was a big decision, and it seriously limited what I could do. But the irony is a few years ago, I ended up teaching high school math in Canada, and everyone thought that was hilarious. And I wish my math teacher saw me teaching math in high school.
So, what job have you had?
What jobs have I had? I did a lot of babysitting. In North America, we don't have helpers, so when parents need to go out or anything, they have to hire a babysitter. So I did a lot of babysitting. And I did that because I could still do my homework. You know, put the kids to bed at 8. Parents don't come home till 11, so I can do my homework easily. In the summer, I worked at an amusement park where I took tickets from people, like at the gate. I cleaned toilets, I swept, I mopped, emptied garbage cans. I also worked for the police for 2 summers, where I did community service work with the police in our area, which was a lot of fun. I delivered mail. I did gardening work. I cleaned houses. I've tutored. I worked at Sears in Canada in menswear. I think that's about it.
So what is your current job?
I am a teacher for grades 7, 8, and 10. That's what I'm doing this year.
So which of your job is your favorite and why?
My favorite part of my job is interacting with students and planning lessons. I love creating the units and figuring out how to teach things. I love that. I get excited about that.
Do jobs in your field of study have specific requirements, such as like postgraduate degrees, further education, etc.? Normally, to become a department head, which our school is beginning to transition into that, bigger schools have heads of departments, so that so there'd be the history department, and there might be 12 history teachers and the head teacher. Normally, they need a master's degree. And principals usually need either a master's degree or even a PhD, depending on the school. Some schools will have teachers be department heads without master's degrees, but they usually have proven themselves to be highly exceptional people through experience and leadership. So what have you enjoyed about your field of study?
My field of study was history, and what I really loved about it was the treasure hunt. I love research. I love, especially back then, because we didn't have the internet yet, and so it was very tactile. You'd go to the card catalog, you'd open drawers, you'd actually have to look for cards, do the searches, and then you'd find, oh, it's on the 4th floor, and you'd have to take the stairs up to the 4th floor and go through aisles and find these old books, and you pull it out knowing that no one else maybe even touched this book yet, because there's thousands of books in the library, and finding that one quote that's perfect for your paper. I loved that. A lot of fun.
What past jobs you have led, and what do you find demanding?
Of my past jobs?
Yes.
Of my past jobs, we'll wait for this musical interlude. You'll probably believe this. Some of the things I found difficult with my past jobs, like non-teaching jobs, a lot of them were very physically demanding, because It was before I had my piece of paper saying that I was educated. So at the amusement park, it was hot, it was sweaty, you're emptying huge garbage cans, you're cleaning disgusting toilets. Even working at Sears, you're walking around, you're on your feet for 8-hour shifts. Also, to a certain extent, the way you're treated, because the jobs, people don't value them as well in society, so people yell at you, and at the amusement park someone spit on me because they were mad at me, and so I found that really challenging, and kind of thinking, I'm better than this, I can do more.
So, what plan do you have for your future career?
That's a tough question. What I actually see myself doing is working with the poor. It really angers me when I see that poor people don't have access to education that rich people have. And because of that, they end up remaining poor, and then their kids are poor, and it turns into this vicious cycle. And so it really breaks my heart when I see smart kids not having the opportunities just because they're poor. So I'm not sure exactly what that will look like, but that's really where my heart has been going the last little while.
Well, my own